guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this video we're going to be talking about the potting mix that I use for all of my houseplants. And in the past I did use different types of potting mixes for different types of houseplants, but I kind of just use the same type of potting mix for all of them now, just because I don't really find it necessary for all of them to have different potting mixes, especially when you have elements that each one needs all in one. So unless you have calathea, which I strongly would not do this potting mix with, unless you just want it to rot somewhere, which all of them are right now, and I don't want them again. So this is my potting mix that I use for most of my houseplants, and it usually just stays this way unless it's a special occasion. So yeah, let's just get right into the video now. Alright, so we're outside right now, and technically I'm not inside because of how cold it was. There was absolutely no way that I could talk, so I'm inside doing a voiceover right now. And you're gonna need your plant, obviously, a pot, and your potting mix or potting mixes. And then here I'm just using the regular Miracle-Gro potting mix, perlite, and orchid bark. People tend to have issues with Miracle-Gro products, but I've personally never had those type of issues because I keep my bags and stuff inside, and I'd recommend definitely doing that to make sure that no new bugs are gonna be climbing into the potting mixes, and make sure that if you already know that there's bugs in there, then water less frequently to make sure that the eggs and the already living bugs are going to die out by the next time you water. And I'm going to be adding about half the way through with regular potting mix, and regular potting mix already has perlite combined in it, but it's just barely enough, not enough to sustain nice healthy root growth on your indoor plants that really are used to tropical environments. So definitely use regular potting mix, and then use perlite as well. And then add the same amount of perlite you added. It's just a 1-to-1 ratio with soil to perlite to make sure that your plants are draining out. And I would adjust this based on your plant's variety. For calathea, do not add this much perlite, I'm telling you. You're gonna wake up the next morning and you're gonna see a corpse on the floor. It's just not good. So yeah, for most plants I just use 1-to-1 ratio of soil to perlite. And then I'm gonna add in some orchid bark. Well, it's not 100% necessary for all plants. It just definitely enforces better root growth for aromatic plants and like ficuses, but I didn't use this in the past. It's just something new that I've added in, and it definitely seemed to be helping. So if you can get it in, definitely get it in. And make sure that when you're choosing your pot, make sure it's only 2 inches bigger than your previous planter. So if you had it in a 4-inch pot, 6-inch pot, 6-inch pot, 8-inch pot, if there's no 8-inch pots, then go ahead and put in a 10-inch pot, but it's not as recommended. And then especially for indoor plants that don't have the direct sunlight always drying it out, they just really get mushy if you put too much soil in them and don't let them dry out, and causing all sorts of issues like root rot and stuff. Just add a little bit of soil at the bottom, and then you're gonna go ahead and take your plant out of the planter that it was in, and then you're just going to play with it a little bit and get out some of the soil at the bottom. And so it's not growing in that circle, and it's not going to choke itself out, just a little bit, not too much. And those are its bulbs. And I've been propagating this guy for almost 10 months to a year right now, and this is the progress that it's in. It's not that much, honestly, but if you really want a full planter, then that you want it to fill into a nice big space, I would definitely go ahead and get a large one that's already big enough for you, because they will take forever to propagate. I wouldn't try. And ZZ plants are also really great for like dark spaces, so yeah. And make sure that after you put in your soil on the sides as well, to make sure that the sides are covered, and make sure you're adding just the same amount of soil there is, so it's equivalent to how much the soil level was before, so you're not choking out the stems or anything. And don't add less as well, because the roots can get exposed to the dry air. And then shake it from left to right if your plant is a little bit sensitive in the air, but if it's not, I would just recommend tapping it up and down on the ground to make sure that the soil is well settled around it, and it's going to take less time for the plant to acclimatize into its new pot. And here's the finished product. I made a huge mess, I know. Alright guys, that's it for this week's video, and let me know if you guys have any types of recommendations for potting mixes that you guys use, that you have had success with, and any other tips that I need to know while repotting my plants. And I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching. Bye!